Hey everyone, welcome back to more Let's Play Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we started off at the shower room after like 4 months of not recording this game, I mean. And in this episode, if you thought you saw all what the jelly float have to offer in the previous episode, you are wrong, because we're actually going to be encountering a new type of jelly float. And yes, it's the last one. It's the only other one, but still. This one is a bit more dangerous, but we'll be getting to that once we officially, actually encounter it. But you probably saw off in the distance over there. First of all, we got big prom right here, water dumpling, but well, more like a medium-sized prom, I should say, since they're still easy to kill. And we'll get this guy out of the way real quick, so you can observe the majestic death of the jelly float, or be the majestic death of a Pikmin inside of a jelly float, because if I'm not careful, that will happen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the only problem is that whenever you, if you get this thing stuck on the floor and you don't kill it before it shakes Pikmin off, that can be a problem because you'll end up losing a bunch of flowers because of that. But you can probably imagine what this guy's called based off the name of the original type of jelly float. But anyways, this is the greater spotted jelly floats. The greater spotted jelly floats is, well, for one thing, it's bigger, so that means it can take up I think it can suck up more Pikmin than lesser spots can. However, in addition, this one can also suck up captains. I'll probably show that to you guys when we encounter them again, but for now I just want to kill this guy because he actually has a treasure, so that's why we have to kill this one, actually. So we'll just let him go up real quick, and then I don't know what the specific time limit is to kill one before it kills Pikmin that's inside of it. I would imagine it'd be like a minute or two at least, but seems like you have plenty of time either way. So right off the bat, we've already seen 2 of the treasures on this floor. I don't know if that's all of them. Actually, I think there's at least one more. I think. I'm not quite sure. But either way, we got one more in this room, so let's take care of him real quick. Come here, little fella. Sorry, I don't have to kill you, but I kind of want to, so you're out of the way, and I don't have to worry about you as I'm getting the treasures back to base. Ah, shoot. Managed to lose more flowers there. Alright, whatever. So first we got one side of a clam right here. Clam shell. And we've also got like a makeup thing. I forgot what these are called, actually. Like a... Yeah, I just know it's makeup. It's what it's supposed to be. Anyway. Scrumptious shell. Yeah, I wouldn't eat that. Maybe some people would, but I certainly wouldn't. Not to judge anyone who does. Yeah, despite living in Washington, I'm not really all that much into seafood, but... Yeah, Western Washington's got some pretty good seafood. Weird stage. Alright. Well, well, just Washington in general, I should say. But mainly the western part, since that's where Seattle and Puget Sound is. So. Anyways. Oh, shoot. I forgot about you. Yeah, you got some kind of a trap, basically, like an ambushing Wollywog, which is one of the worst things you can get in this game, actually, because you're not prepared for it with your purples, so... Yeah, it can be kind of sucky. Oh, shoot. Ugh. Okay, good. I thought he wasn't dead yet, which at that point probably would have been screwed, but whatever. But hey, at least as a reward we get some nectar, which is very important. Kind of necessary at this point, it's because of the... I think those jelly floats taking away all my flowers. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot to set my Skype to do not disturb, whatever, I don't care right now. We have more pressing matters right now, which include more jelly floats. Forgot what that guy is called. Crawdad or something like that. And water dumplings, so we're going to have to take care of these guys one at a time in order to do it safely, I suppose. Okay. You're probably going to be the biggest problem in this room right now, so let's go and take care of you real quick. Come on. Lunge at my Pikmin. They're right here for you, dude. Okay. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Ah! Might have to do this. Sorry, guys. Desperate times call for desperate measures. But at least we got an ultra bitter essence out of that. So if we can just do this glitch run, I can get 2 of these. That'd be really cool. Because I've been abusing these quite a bit. Like, I've been using them as scapegoats to, you know, get out losing Pikmin. But that's basically what I tend to use them for, to be honest. But maybe be honest with you guys. Okay. Now, before we use that nectar up, I'm actually going to take care of the jellyfish that's over here, because I know we're probably going to lose leaves to that. It'd be a waste of nectar if we were to, you know, to use it, only lose it from this guy. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think we got this. Yep, we do. I think the key is that you have to kill them before they reach the ground. Which is kind of difficult. You have to be, like, basically spamming Pikmin like crazy in order to do that, but I managed to do it there, so down the end. Alright. I think we did pretty well on this floor. Now we just need to get this last treasure over to the base and we'll be good to go. And as you know, it's the lid of a soda can. Nothing to it. Alright, we're going to cut to that, get into base, and then we'll move on to the next sublevel. Vorpal platters. Vorpal platter. Oh man. Don't ask me how it. I mean, don't tell me how. I really don't care if you guys tell me how to pronounce it correctly. Vorpal platter. That reminds me of the stupid ways I try to pronounce, like, you know, like words like sugar. You know how it's pronounced sugar, even though it's spelled S-U-G-A-R. I sometimes like to pronounce it stupidly, like sugar or sugar. Just be stupid, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this sublevel is a pretty interesting one, and it's home to a very controversial plant. At least, I mean, well, I shouldn't say controversial, but let's just say that there's actually, in Japan, it's actually known as exactly what it looks like. Basically, in Japan, this treasure right here is indeed a marijuana leaf. And I don't remember the whole story around this, but yeah, see, in America it's called the Arboreal Frippery. It's, again, another treasure I cannot pronounce, but yeah, there was basically like a whole story about how that treasure is actually referred to directly as marijuana. It's really funny, but I couldn't remember the entire story if I could. Probably should look that up before doing this episode, but again, it's just, I guess it's just not something I'm usually good at, is just doing research on video games before I do them. I just like to just jump in and play them, you know? It's just that, it's kind of a flaw with me, I guess. I need to work on eventually. I need to get better at knowing the games that I play for you guys, because you know, that's something I'd really like to do eventually, but you know, I just don't know how many people are actually into the whole someone just jumping into a game playing without researching it, you know? I guess there's some advantages to it, but there's also disadvantages, and those are the thing. But yeah, at any rate, that's really all there is to this floor. Well, I shouldn't say that, because this floor is definitely really cool to look at. The design is very creative, and it's very, I don't know, just, it's one of the more floors you go to, not necessarily because it's got really cool treasures or enemies to fight, but just the look of it, the atmosphere. It's really cool. I would almost say it doesn't fit into the shower room theme, but oh well. I mean, you would expect that pretty much all the floors in this dungeon would be tile themed like the last 3 were, but still, this is really nice, you know? It's really beautiful. But I will say that this floor can also be quite of a maze, actually. Sometimes you might actually have trouble finding the hole and the geyser, because they're typically put in those random spots throughout the sublevel. There's plenty of spaces to put them in. We got Queen Candy Pop Buds here in case you're low on, in case you don't still have 100 at this point. Normally the treasure would be like in one of these 2 spots. Actually, no, it would be like up here, but no. Instead, end up right by base, pretty much. Anyways, yeah, that's basically all we have to say about this sublevel. So, we're actually gonna be moving on. Yeah. So, let's move on. I don't know. 34 episodes in, man. We're already almost done with the shower room. I mean, not the shower room, but the... Well, we kind of are almost done with the shower room, but more specifically the perplexing pool. Well, I guess actually that's less specific, but still. Alright, this sublevel is a bit more dangerous. In fact, I think it's actually probably the most dangerous of the entire sublevel, dungeon, because I don't find the boss's dungeon to be very difficult, but we'll be getting to that once we get there. I mean, actually, yeah, it is actually very difficult if you don't know how to fight it, like if you don't know the technique that I will be using, but still, it's quite a boss, I will say. So, yeah, we got a lot to worry about in this sublevel. We got withering blowhogs, we got orange bulbors, we got fiery blowhogs, we got wollywogs, the whole 9 yards. First thing we'll be getting to is, let's just get our purples out and just start killing, shall we? Start going on a killing spree. That's kind of what we do in this game, basically. Okay. Alright, there's that. Dang. This is gonna get pretty gruesome at times. Okay, now you. Ugh. They're both annoying together. Withering blowhog and wollywog. Just not a good combination, I will say. Oh, shoot. Ah. Kind of have to take turns fighting each one, I guess. Oh, shoot. Oh, good. That worked out pretty well, actually. Okay. Now you need to just go away. Or die, I should say. But either way, that does involve you going away. Okay, now this treasure right here. I hope 20 blues is enough, because sometimes there will... Basically, you need to have 20 blues on this sublevel if you want to get all the treasures, because they tend to swap out what treasures will be in here. Sometimes they're... I should probably wait until we have all the treasures, because I don't want to spoil what the other treasures are, but... Basically, it's good to have at least 20 blues here. But I could be wrong, though, and there might actually be... that treasure that's up there might require 30. I know this one requires 20 or less, but I don't know about that one that's already up there. Because if it isn't, then we're kind of in trouble. I mean, if it does require more than 30. Or more than 20, I should say. So let's just take care of this guy real quick. We're just going to take care of all the enemies first before we go for the treasures. Those two walls over there are pretty useless, actually. I don't think we'll be need to take care of those. Oh shoot! I thought this orange bulb right here was already dead, but I guess not. Oh well, still not much of a problem when you have purples with you. There we go. Now, I probably should have left the president base, but oh well, we're still right next to it anyways. And back here, there is nothing. Just another way to the... Okay. Whatever. So two of our treasures are actually right over here, right next to each other, so that's pretty convenient. Very nice. So we're going to take care of that now and get our reds together here. Alright, so this treasure requires 20, so it's just fine if that treasure... Because it'll basically swap out what treasures are up there, and it would be the can of sardines, the broken pot, or this Yoo-hoo chocolate milk cap. So depending on which one, it's best to just have 20 blues no matter what. Okay, broken food master. All right, very self-explanatory. And next up we have the Yoo-hoo chocolate cap, flavored beverage, I should say, not milk. Pondering emblem. And then we'll take our blues with us. Probably most of them are probably carrying this treasure still. And hopefully that can of sardines that's up there won't require more than 20 blues. That's my main concern here. It's probably not a good idea for me bringing... Let's get this fire geyser out of the way first. This old geezer. Okay. Alright. So let's get our blues available real quick. Not our yellows, our blues. God. It's still, after all these years, it's still annoying whenever that happens. Okay, can of sardines. Please do not require more than 20. I really hope that's the case. Because I got a bad feeling about this. Okay, no, we're good. Okay. So, as long as you have at least 20 blues, you'll be fine on this sublevel. But if you have less than 20, you could be in trouble. Unless they put the cap up here. If they do, then you're lucky. Consider yourself lucky. But at any rate, y'all, we were successful in this sublevel. Which is good enough to me. So that means that we'll be able to move on to the next one. I know there's still one more left before the final one, so we might not be actually finishing off this dungeon in this episode, but who knows? Guess we'll figure that out in due time. And my sound just went out. Lovely. Okay. Well, let's just cut to the treasure game, back to base. Again, that's another thing about Pickle Stewie that reminds me constantly that I really need to soon get a new, recording studio, but this still will have to do for now. Endless repository. And that's that. That is the end of Sublevels 5. So, y'all, let's move on, shall we? I can already tell you, I already know what's coming up on this next sublevel, and this one could be pretty tough. It could be. But it's not that bad. Of course, whenever I say that, I have to remember that that's coming from someone who has years of experience with this game, but still, this one is not too bad. So, anyways, we have a chance to get 5 more whites right here, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I definitely am. I'm hoping to get more purples, actually, because purples are really going to be helpful on this boss. But then again, what boss aren't purples helpful on? Well, for one, the beady long legs, yeah, there's that, but still. And man-at legs, too, yeah, they're also not very useful there, but still. Okay, so behind one of these gates, yeah, there's going to be a doodle bug. Doodle beetle, or whatever these guys are called. I don't remember actually if I've encountered these yet in the LP, but if I haven't yet, basically they fart poison out, which is freaking hilarious, but also really dangerous at the same time if you're not using whites against them. Shoot. Another one of these dumb wollywogs. Alright, let's just get rid of them really quick. Oh shoot, yes, now's our opportunity, let's take care of it. Yeah, alright. Oh man, normally I don't trust having all Pikmin, but against a wollywog, but for there it worked. Okay, I have a feeling there's supposed to be another enemy that just drops from the sky. I know about this enemy. That's kind of an ambush, sort of, but let's do reds. Let's sacrifice 5 reds, shall we? I have a feeling. Nope, guess not. I could have swore there was an enemy that would ambush you on behind this particular wall, but I guess not. But anyways, this enemy is actually very important because he does have a treasure, but he can be pretty dangerous if you're not careful. We'll get our yellows and actually purples and take care of these bulbors back here. There might be some enemies on this floor that we haven't encountered yet, and actually some very dangerous ones. That's what I'm nervous about. We've seen bubbling snitch bugs. I'm not worried about that guy in particular. But there's quite a few... Oh my god. Let go of me. Okay, thank you. Jeez. Oh. Had to waste another freaking bitter spray, of course. Why not? Just why not? Oh, shoot. Again? Really? I hate this guy so much. He's so annoying. I always forget how annoying this guy is until I encounter him again. Okay. Sir, just... come here already. Get away from that orange bulborb. I don't like you being close to that guy. Okay. Oh my god, he grabbed Olmar. Okay, so another problem is that whenever he grabs the captain, he goes up really high. So you have to get him with your yellows at that point. Thankfully, we managed to do that successfully here. is very nice. Very satisfying to kill that guy while he's grabbing one of our captains. Anyways, with our blues... Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I have a bad feeling about this. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the blues, and if he manages to get one, then we'll have to use the purple spray. I know I've been using that as my security blanket, but I can't help it at this point, because I don't know what's with me when I'm playing this game. I just have this compulsive, you know, desire to not losing Pikmin, or obsession, or whatever you call it. It's kind of like OCD, I guess, or something. It really does feel like OCD, like an OCD thing. Like if I lose any Pikmin, I don't feel like going on with the sublevel. I'd rather just redo the whole thing without, you know, instead of just going on, you know. Yeah, just screw it. Just use purple. I just used it right off the bat there. I know I said I wasn't going to, but oh well. There we go. We got Rubber Ducky back here. Requires 8 Pikmin. This is actually going to be kind of... I just realized that this thing actually does make an Easter egg and make a return appearance Pikmin 3. I just realized that this treasure right here, I will not go too much into it, but it does make an appearance Pikmin 3, and its appearance is really funny, actually. Really, really funny. So anyways, these back to base, and then we'll focus on the core of this sublevel. Alright, we're up to 22 minutes already, so I can already tell where this will be our last sublevel of the episode. Rubber Ugly. I see what you did there, Olmar. I see what you did there. Or more like the ship, or whoever named it, I guess. Sometimes it is actually Olmar who names his treasures, believe it or not. It really is. And you'll see that in some of the journal entries that I will read at the end of this LP. Okay, so the first thing you want to do before you go through here is you want to go through with just a captain, no Pikmin. Here's why. You'll see here in a second. This can get pretty scary. There you are. This guy is the reason why you want to go through with just captains at first. That is a volatile Dweevil. These guys really are just suicide bombers. They really are. Basically, if you get near them, they will start to follow you, and they will trigger the bomb that's on top of them. When it explodes, the enemy will die, but so will anything that's around it, except for captains. Obviously, they take more than one hit to kill, but still, it's definitely worth it to just trigger these guys before you go through with any Pikmin if you don't want to lose any. But other than that, there's other Dweevils in here, and that's really about it. Yeah, once you get past the volatile Dweevils, it's not that bad here, but there are some certain types of Dweevils you should be worried about. Let's see if we can get them to come out, actually. This is the one I'm thinking of, that is. Or is there... Oh, okay, I guess there's no Dweevil in there. That's the best way to get them to come out of these caves, though, is to get Pikmin, you know, up against the walls in the back. Yeah, here's one in here, actually. Okay, that's a poisonous Dweevil. I don't remember what the poisonous ones are called. I know what some of them are called, but not all of them, like the volatile Dweevil, for example. But yeah, I forgot what this guy's called. I want to say... Yeah, I know most of them, but just not the purple ones for some reason. I know the fire Dweevils, Yeah, that's about it. Here, yeah, this one, the Anode Dweevil. This is the guy you want to watch out for, because as you can imagine, his element is electricity. So you're going to want to fight this guy with just yellows. It's safe to do that, because again, electricity is instant death, because... Well, not because, but... So that means you want to be extra careful around these guys, simply put. Okay. But yeah, typically, there's actually... He's supposed to, like, ambush you, I think, actually. He's supposed to ambush you, and there's actually... This treasure right here is normally behind a gate, and when you try to collect this treasure, he will ambush you, and in most of the setups for this sublevel. But I guess not in the case of this one. I didn't think I'd actually get set up where that wasn't the case. But there we go. We killed him. No problem at all. And so now... We're going to take care of the rest of the Weevils. I think this is the only one. I think this is the only other one here. Him. Oh shoot. away from the poison. Go down easy. There we go. Alright, now we're going to collect our spoils and we're going to end off this dungeon. Or, not this dungeon, actually, because we're up to 25 minutes. No, instead we're going to get Olimar and collect the last of the treasures here. First of all, dentures. Lovely. And also a Snapple cap. Okay. And that's basically it. So let's open up the skates and get the last of the treasures in. Alright, so first the dentures. But this is actually pretty funny what we actually get here. Behemoth Jaw. Kid you not. Yep, they think that it's an actual jaws of an actual creature, which is pretty hilarious. Also kind of interesting. Objective button is up. Abstract masterpiece. Way to go with the more product placement. Nintendo. Not multi. Alright, y'all, that's going to be for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time where we will finish off the shower room and take on the boss. So what awaits us down there? Who knows? Find out next time. Let's play Pikmin 2. Thank you. Goodbye.